Right now, your body is quietly furious with you. You probably don't feel it. You're sitting down. Nothing hurts. It feels like nothing is happening at all. But for most of human history, stillness this long meant something was wrong. Injury, sickness, danger. Your body never got the memo that things have changed. Sitting isn't new. Humans have always sat. What's new is how long, how often, and how completely still. Think about a chair. It seems like the most natural object in the world. It isn't. For roughly 99% of human history, chairs didn't exist. People squatted, crouched on their heels, knelt on the ground. These weren't passive positions. Squatting works your calves, thighs, lower back, ankles, even while you rest. A chair removes that work entirely. So what happens when something else does the holding? Your body adapts to whatever you ask of it most. Muscles that aren't used regularly weaken. In a squat, your hip flexors stretch and contract constantly. In a chair, they stay shortened for hours. Over years, those muscles can physically remodel to stay contracted even after you stand up. That's not your body failing. That's your body doing exactly what you trained it to do. In 2014, physiologist James Levine made headlines with a phrase that stuck. Sitting is the new smoking. His research and dozens of studies since linked long sitting to heart disease, diabetes, and early death. Independent of exercise. Independent. You could run every morning, then sit 9 hours at a desk, and your body still registers that stillness as its own separate risk. Why doesn't exercise cancel it out? Because your circulatory system responds to frequent small movements throughout the day, not one concentrated burst. Sit motionless long enough, and an enzyme that helps process fat in your blood drops sharply. Stand for 2 minutes, and it switches back on. Your ancestors weren't doing workouts. They were doing something more powerful. Walk to find food. Crouch to dig. Stand to scan the horizon. Sit. Stand. Walk again. Constant low-level variation. A study out of the University of Sydney tracked over 200,000 adults. People who sat more than 11 hours a day had significantly higher risk of death than those who sat fewer than 4. 11 hours doesn't sound extreme anymore. It sounds like a normal Tuesday. So why does your body react this strongly to something that feels so harmless? For nearly all of human evolution, sustained stillness was a signal, not a neutral state. It meant you were sick, injured, or hiding. Your nervous system, shaped by that pattern, may still read extended sitting as a kind of distress. Cortisol shifts. Inflammation creeps up. Your metabolism slows, as if some old wiring believes something might be wrong with you. Nothing is wrong. You're just answering emails. Your body, built for the savannah, doesn't fully know the difference. It isn't really about sitting at all. It's about what sitting replaced. The squat that stretched your hips dozens of times a day. The walk that kept your circulation cycling. Modern life didn't invent laziness. It invented convenience so complete that your body's old signals for movement never get triggered. So what actually helps? Not necessarily more exercise. More interruption. Standing every 30 minutes. Walking for 2 minutes every hour. Small movements that barely burn calories but tell your nervous system quietly that you're fine. That you're not hiding. That you're simply human, moving the way humans moved for 200,000 years until very recently. So the next time you catch yourself hours deep into a task, perfectly still, perfectly comfortable, ask what your body actually thinks is happening right now. Because somewhere underneath the calm, a much older version of you is still waiting for you to stand up and walk to find out.